to First Man German's 5-minute reviews. Wild Blue Yonder. Wild Blue Yonder is a risky experimental episode. It's divisive, which is understandable from what I've heard in the fandom. What did I think of this episode? It was daring. I love episodes that have experimental vibes that are daring, but when they deliver, that's when things really work. This one is an example of a success. I think people were expecting it to be filled with special guest casts like doctors, and that didn't happen, but understandable. There were some new characters, which I felt were okay, but they never took anything away from our two leading stars. Continuing the success from the Sarbies, David Tennant and Catherine Tate were a step up in the right direction. The emotions, the duty of care, the likability, it was all there for me to see, and this is what I've been banging on about to ensure that this did a lot better than what it was in the past. This is what I like to call success. Russell T Davies was very impressive in this with his writing, his choices. He went for it, and I'm proud of him for going for that one. He delivered when he needed to and shows that he can do experimental episodes, and I think he's got potential for even more in the future. The villains were hidden until they were revealed to be not things that took on the forms of the Doctor and Donna. There's a lot of tricks in there which really scared me and all the fans. I like the way it was, once again, a doppelganger thing, and with doppelgangers, they do have a mixed record in Doctor Who, but when they do it right like this, it is what I think is a huge win. They definitely scared me in a good way, and they were so convincing, especially at one point I thought the real Dawn was in TARDIS when she wasn't. I felt the concept of the ship being a very big and long works because there was the big control at the end, but then there was a lot of corridors, and the long corridor with Jimbo the robot, I actually felt it was very well created, and I just loved the design and the fact it's on the edge of the universe, and the flux motions were great, they're on point. That's what I love about this episode. It got everything to the point, and Russell can do the timeless child. Even if it's just a tiny mention, he could just do as well as Chibnall did. But the ending had me worried about Donna, but it's intriguing on why the Doctor took the not being Donna before realising it wasn't her. Russell T Davies, that was good, but no more call-outs, please. I'm happy the Doctor picked up the correct Donna in the end, and I was so happy with that the Geo was said, as it really scared me, and I think a lot of fans were really scared as well. Some people obviously were wanting the not Donna to actually exist in the finale, but the real Donna suffered a tragic fate. I personally wasn't a huge fan of that, and I'm glad they did the right thing, but I can understand why people wanted. In my personal opinion, work for this episode, the music, the tension, the designs, the action, it was absolutely brilliant. Nathaniel Curtis cameoed as Isaac Newton. I love him. I like the fact that the scene was comical, and I get the historical concerns, but to be honest, I actually find it quite good. I do think they need to work on a mix of maybe doing the right thing, or then changing gender or changing race. As long as it works, that's all that matters, and this worked. Bernard Criven's last scene to me is very emotional. Wilf is a huge fan of the Doctor and Donna together. I felt really happy with the fact that he got to see the Doctor one last time, and it was so touching. It works. It was definitely one of the memorable moments in the episode, in my personal opinion. It makes me miss Bernard Crimmins as well, and I think Bernard should be proud of what he did that day. Miss you, Bernard. I think this was a good episode. Do I think this could have had a bit more cameos from Doctor Who stars? I don't know, but it had to fit the story. This definitely puts a lot of pressure on the Giggle, as I do expect a lot because of how I have said before about Russell to be consistent in his writing, hoping that David gets a good send-off and Judy has a great debut. Thank you for listening to the 5-minute review. Please like and subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest regular episodes and reviews. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma Endurance and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!